pushing me up to the top. You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind. And when I space out, I see the possibilities unfolding the way that I want. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You cut me loose. You make me win in every way. Win in every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. 'Cause I'm the winner, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yes, I'm the winner, yeah.
Just an ordinary day, I was making my way. Who would have known I spent my last nickel on the super mega winning ticket? I was feeling kinda wicked when I heard my boss through the crowd, but I just smiled. What you gonna do with all that cash? Gonna stay out in an all-nighter bash. I'm gonna buy myself a nice suit and tie, and then I give my boss the finger in my private jet flyby.
Oh, people start to ask me why.
What you gonna do with all that green? I'm gonna feed my monkeys with it. They all hang out by the pool next to my backyard roller coaster with my face on a giant poster. Tonight we're having oysters with the Kobe steak in the toaster. Waiting to feed my lions and shit. You better deal with it. Wait here, I'm about to pick up Scarlett J and then Natalie P. What you gonna do with all that cash? Gonna stay out in an all-nighter bash. I'm gonna buy myself a nice suit and tie, and then I give my boss the finger in my private jet flyby.
Hopefully the mic's on. I
Hopefully.
don't know. We'll see.
We will see.
That's fun. Are we good? No
I
audio?
don't think you have any audio.
Oh, good. Well, give it a second. It'll catch up.
Yeah, we know, guys.
One day.
Stephanie and buttons.
One day.
There we go.
I am so sorry.
Stephanie and buttons, everybody. It's just like, you don't want to be in an elevator with her. It's just like,
Yes, one day we will have a smooth
we got it, guys.
live stream.
No sound. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, that's my
Thank you.
fault. That was my fault. My bad. I'm
Stephanie,
sorry.
there's like 60 buttons over there, and she just.
This is what we have. See, let me show you this.
Yeah, you
little
should pick
thing.
it up. Steph just can't resist. Look at all those buttons, and they light up.
They do. And one of them is for our mics. But if you don't push the mic on button, it doesn't go on. So
yeah, that's cool. Sounds like we are up and running.
how's everybody doing? As I said when we first started, happy St. Patrick's
What up?
Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Everybody's having a great day. We've been very busy today, but it's been a very good day. So that's good. Very, very happy. So yeah.
Yes,
First-
Crazy Cat Traveler. It is always something. The lives, they work how they work.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just,
One day we'll get through beginning to end without Stephanie just going, what does this do? So
I just forget about a certain
thanks,
button,
Jake. Their
but-
Stephanies are the only ones we have that actually plug in.
Yeah, everybody,
they're just a
all the other
connection
ones
thing.
have the other connection.
So I'm just rocking the pink Inofer to nothing.
We've lost the adapters for the iPhone.
We haven't lost them. The cats have buried them somewhere.
They're gone. Probably under the sofa somewhere. I don't know. So yeah, here we are. Our very first casual ask us anything, question and answer kind of thing.
A lot of you
really,
asked for
really
us to do this
excited.
and then voted for it on our Cruise Buddies. So if you don't know about the Sean and Steph Cruise Buddies, go ahead and go on Facebook and look for the group Sean and Steph Cruise Buddies. And everybody voted on what day of the week. Figured out when we're going to do this thing. And so yeah, it's a way for us to chat with y'all. You can ask anything you'd like within reason. You know, there might be some questions where we're like, nerp. But for the most part, 99.99% of things are wide open. So yeah, let's just figure it out and talk. Some people wrote in our Cruise Buddies some really excellent questions. Sydney Forrester wrote an excellent question. And I hope he's in here. Sydney, if you're in here, would you please retype your question so we can put you on the screen? If you're not, we'll pull it up for you.
Yes, and Scott, one of the things about the cats, they usually walk back here on this new desk that's back here, but they're all sleeping.
Yeah,
that's a good thing about going
there's a
live at
Gato
4.
there. Yeah, this is definitely Gato's sleep time.
He'll
In
be
about
sleeping.
2 hours, they're going to be like, yo, 2 o'clock, bro.
If it was a little later, they would all be on here. But
One
right
day
now
we
they're
will show our
sleeping.
cats live. Oh, absolutely.
All right. Well, we have a question. Yes.
Jackie wants to know. Oh, which one?
Boom. And boom. Symphony of the Seas. Overall rating. 0 to 10.
Honest opinion, we did like a 2-hour live review on Symphony. We absolutely love it. Honest opinion is, as of right this very second, it is our all-time favorite ship.
It is our favorite.
We were just treated like royalty. I'm going to say this, though. You want the real honesty. We never were treated like this on any other royal ship. We discussed that in detail in our live stream. I would give it a 9 out of 10. I don't know if it's perfect. I'm sure people will find things about it that they don't like, but I truly would give it about a 9. What about you?
I would say a 9 as well. I think that they say they don't like the mic.
Don't like my mic. Is it too low? Too low? Hold on. Let me just pull the mic up.
That's probably better.
Can you hear me now?
One day we'll get it.
As I was saying, I honestly believe the Symphony is a 9 out of 10. It's the closest thing we've experienced as a perfect ship. I know a lot of people hate big ships and whatnot. It doesn't feel like a big ship. It feels to me like a Vegas resort and a theme park had a kid. And that's exactly what it feels like. Amazing food, unbelievable entertainment. I mean, you've got live musicians everywhere, and the people who are playing in the boardwalk are also in the orchestra. So it's just like you get world-class music wherever you go. Unbelievable shows, great food. Did not have a single bad time on the Symphony. So for our particular experience that we had, and because it really destroyed any other experience we've ever had on a royal ship, I don't know if you all remember, but we didn't necessarily like Royal. It was not our top. It was maybe my number 4, number 5 cruise line. And then now after Symphony, it's my favorite. So that shows you how much I loved Symphony.
Yeah, it was just a great ship. I mean, nothing's ever perfect. We don't have a perfect cruise. I don't think anybody has a perfect vacation, but it was a great, great time. The food alone, then you mix in the entertainment, and then you mix in all of the activities. It just made it like the best week. If you were going to spend money and put money down on a cruise, it is an all-around, overall, everything, every minute of the day is fantastic. So
Isabel asked what would make it a 10. You know what? No people on the ship would make it a 10. Really, this is every ship. It's not exclusive to any specific ship. It's just, we always end up finding the jerky people who try to make your trip a little bit less special. And that's about it. That would be the only thing. I loved everything. I didn't run into any problem. The crew was super friendly. It was just an experience like no other when it comes to Royal. We did not have the same experience on Allure or on Liberty or on Enchantment. So it's one of those things that it just completely changed our philosophy about what we were thinking about Royal.
So we had another question.
Alright.
So Jennifer asks, what do you guys do in Fort Lauderdale before cruise? Park. We get there. We drive from Orlando. To Fort Lauderdale, it's about a 3-hour drive. To Miami, it's about a 3.5, 4-hour drive, depending on traffic. So that's all we do. We park.
Hayden has a really great roll up.
What about this one? Oh, got it.
Never mind. I'll just follow your lead here.
Ta-da! Hayden has another question. I'll be going on Symphony of the Season in about a week. I'll be going to Bahamas, St. Kitts, and St. Thomas. Any tips?
For St. Kitts, definitely got to do an ATV tour. That was a game changer for us. We loved every second of it.
So good.
And that was one episode ago. It's episode 5 of our vlogs, our Symphony vlogs. If you check it out, we had the best time when we personally rented an ATV. It was not a tour, and we drove all the way around St. Kitts. Went to Brimstone, went to Black Rock. It was just an amazing experience, and I highly recommend it. St. Kitts is hilly, and it's not like what you're used to in most Caribbean islands. So it's definitely worth checking out. It's not so flat. It's got lots of hills and mountains and a volcano. So
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
St. Kitts is probably the prettiest island that we've seen in the Caribbean. So definitely, if you can explore, if you can get a tour of some kind, it's just really great. And don't forget to do the Brimstone portrait.
For sure.
Beautiful. So pretty.
Yeah.
And Emily had a question before we didn't miss you. Do we have any embarrassing stories? Well, the one thing that you don't see, I fall a lot.
OMG.
Like,
I should, if I was cruel, I could make a whole blooper reel of falling. The problem is the gimbal's so smooth, it looks like she just put the camera down like, there you go. No.
I do actually, I fall, and I usually fall in my dresses, my sundresses. So I'm sure I have flashed so many people in restaurants, so it's crazy how much I fall. But yeah, it's usually because I have the camera in my hand and I'm walking and I'm not paying attention to what I'm stepping on. So I trip over ledges, and on cruise ships there's like gaps in the, where the.
So when you watch vlogs where there's stairs, all of a sudden I'm holding the camera. It's a great other angle that you get to see Steph walking upstairs, but it's because she can't do two things at once.
Yeah, I don't.
So if there's ever like this thing on Amazing Race and we're like running around with like a bucket on her head carrying something, no, that's just not going to happen. She's going to fall.
Yeah, it's other than that, I mean, that's probably the funniest thing that happens when we're filming. I don't know about anything else. I don't know. I mean, there's always something crazy going on. Always something crazy on the ship, which is kind of fun. So yeah, what else do we have here? Hello to everyone. A bunch of people jumped in and said hello.
Seaside. Jake right there says Seaside. How was the top pool deck for Yacht Club? All the way at the top.
That's you. Yep. All right, there
My
we go.
wife is also blind.
No, that's not the same one. There we go. Jake asks, how was the top pool deck for Yacht Club? It is beautiful. It's huge. If you've been...
Hold on. You got your audio up way too high. You got to put your audio... You got to lower that. Your audio setting. Oh my gosh. Lower it. No.
Noise
Turn it
gate
off.
off. There you go.
Can you all hear us now? is
Can
the
you hear
question.
us now?
Hello?
I see the bars. They are moving. They are moving. Oh my gosh, they are moving.
Goodness gracious.
Phew. I'm going to do like
There
Pictionary,
we
like
go.
Para DJ said. We're going to do some Pictionary stuff. Oh my gosh.
gracious.
Sound.
This has been the curse of the worst live stream ever.
All right. Well, we'll get it.
Okay, I feel bad for whoever like jumps into this live stream later, good gracious. All right, well, I don't know what anybody heard. So all I can say is this, the funniest thing that we just talked about a second ago is that Stephanie is incapable of walking straight and doing anything else. So that's why on the live streams, that's why on the ship tours, you see a lot of the camera behind her, because if there's stairs involved or even a slight dip in elevation, she trips over it. If the floor is like not perfectly even, she'll find it.
I flash people as I'm usually wearing a dress because I don't fall when I'm wearing shorts. No, I only fall when I'm wearing dresses. So it's just a crazy time.
And thank you guys for the super
Thank
chat.
you.
That is so crazy kind of you. Thank you so much. We don't expect that, and that is awesome of you. Thank you so much. To answer your question, Jake, about the pool at the yacht club for the third time, I'm so sorry. We didn't spend much time in it. It was rampant with children, and that's okay. It's great, but we didn't have any time to hang out, and there wasn't any space for us, so we just kind of moved on to the next thing. But there's just so much to do that we didn't miss it. It was either Top Sail Lounge for us or the spa or the there was just so much going on. But no, there was never a time we went up there where it wasn't kind of jammed. It's very much like the Haven pool. If you know what the Haven pool is like, it's almost identical in terms of crowd and people.
It's bigger though.
It's much bigger.
Bigger pool. So yeah. It's a good pool. It gets crowded with kids, but it does have a bar there and a buffet, which is not like an actual buffet with food like hot dogs and hamburgers and fries and salad and stuff.
Jeremy's got a great question.
Oh,
yes,
where is that? Let
Jeremy.
me find that one.
Yes,
Put that
Jeremy.
one up on the
Very much so.
on
So
the thing here.
my first time on the Epic, we did a double back, and on week 2, I got the flu, and I was dying.
bad.
I was praying for death. It was the worst experience of my life. This was a long time ago. This was many, many years ago. This is before we vlogged or anything. And I was near death. I mean, absolute near death. Could not function. And the worst part of it is when I finally got off the ship, I'm sitting there in Fort Lauderdale Airport pounding NyQuil and everything, and the flights were delayed, and I just want to die and go home. And we lived in Ohio at the time, so it was a long flight. All the flights were delayed because of snowstorms, so I'm just sitting there dying in an airport, just going, why me? So yeah, that's the worst time we've ever gotten sick, and we were pounding all the vitamin C, drinking tons of water.
Oh, it was
NyQuil,
terrible.
Dayquil. It was the worst.
It was we went into the spa. We both ended up getting sick. Sean was first, then I was second. We ended up going into the spa to just sit in the steam room so that we could partially breathe. It was awful. We slept a lot. We were so sore from having the flu that we could barely go to to get something to eat, and it was just it was so rough. It was like the roughest cruise ever as far as getting sick. Oh, it was terrible. So now we pound the vitamin C before our cruises. We don't really do anything during the cruise because we just drink a lot of water. That's what we make sure we do. And then when we get home, we're doing vitamin C packs 3, 4, 5 a day. It's crazy. It's like our I don't know. It's just our routine to not get sick. And so far it's been working. So
when you cruise 10 times in a year or 12 times in 365 days, you tend to build up a tolerance. So on the Disney ship, people were hacking and sneezing. We were joking, going, "Wow, there's a lot of allergies on board." Because by day 2, everybody's hacking and sneezing, and we weren't even phased. We're just sitting there drinking our water, going, "Cruise life," It's just how it is.
Yes.
So, but yeah, we don't get sick as much anymore. Knock on wood. But the very first time we got truly ill on a ship was about 3 or 4 years ago. To answer all your questions, we were in Columbus. We ran our business out of Columbus, Ohio for about 18 months.
Yep. Steam room, yes, super gen.
Love the
steam room is the best when you're sick and when it's available to you. I forget what kind of room we were in. I think we had a balcony on the Epic. when we were sick.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just nice to we go outside and get some air, and then you just fall into bed, and then you go to the steam room, and it's just a of all places to be sick, I'll take that one.
We had a couple questions repeating over about the key. They've either bought the key or they're about to buy the key. We personally love the key. It made us feel like rock stars. But for me, the two worst things about cruising is embarkation and disembarkation. Day one doesn't really calm down until after dinner. It's pretty much chaos until after muster drill at the very least. And day two, or disembarkation, is a madhouse. People are angry, they have to go. Maybe they got their bill, maybe they're still drunk, who knows? But for those two things, being put on the ship, given priority on the ship, and then being escorted off the ship into customs was unreal. So yeah, for us, the key is a no-brainer. And of course, we need internet for our socials. So it really just depends on what if it's for you or not. But for us, it was a no-brainer. Plus, you got to get in on the what is it? We got a free chops grill, and then we got priority to the shows. There's just all kinds of cool stuff with the key. So yeah, love the key.
Yes. Somebody asked about talking about getting seasick.
I don't. I'm looking for the biggest waves. I wanted all the highest waves. I want to list. I want to tilt. I want to jump in the ocean. I love it.
No.
But Stephanie, she gets crazy sick.
I do. I have gotten better since we've been cruising more and more, but I still do. I still bring sea bands. I love them. They worked. We took a Pacific Coast cruise down to Mexico, and it was the rockiest cruise that we've ever been on. It was crazy rocky, and they worked then, so it was the first time we ever cruised. So I used them then, and I take them with me if I start feeling the twinge of, I get dizzy, like I can tell with my eyes can't focus, and then so I put the bands on, then I'm good to go, and life is good. So yes.
This is a cool one.
Okay, here we go. Love these questions. This is fun.
Yes, frustrating moments on a cruise ship. Yes, it's usually embarkation day. It's usually when people like on Symphony, like the only negative things that happened on Symphony were from other people. And we were on a muster drill, and we were told to go to a specific row and go all the way down. That's what everybody was saying. And this couple decided they were going to go to the very first two seats and sit down and make everybody walk around them. These rows aren't extensive. I have to literally like straddle you. So then the question becomes, do I face you frontwards and straddle you like a horse, or do I do it backwards and just give you my booty? What do I do? It's not my fault. You're the one making us do this. And you made everybody, 10 people in front of us had to do it. Then I'm like, are you kidding me? So I'm like, excuse me, That's the kind of things I can't stand nonsense like that.
Yeah, I think people are the most frustrating for us. If you've ever had a camera and you've ever tried to do vlogging or just filming your vacation, people get up in your business about everything.
A lady walked up to me, grabbed me by the collar, and asked me, "Are you a terrorist?" Like, because if I asked you, you have to tell me. What?
They're
it was the weirdest thing.
Crazy.
I'm not a terrorist. I have a camera.
It's just that we get the craziest things for having a camera, and we don't show. I mean, you guys have seen the videos. We're very respectful of showing people.
No, we don't show children.
We don't show children.
We try not to show anybody. The show's called Cruising with Sean and Steph. So anyone outside
that
that bubble
be really
is just kind of
respectful.
Yeah, we're not about it. So, but we've had people yell, "Hey, YouTuber." We've had people grab us.
It's a very strange thing.
We had a woman kind of scream at Steph because she was excited, but it was in an elevator and it was kind of panicky because we weren't sure if this was a good excited or you're going to be a permanent fixture on my mantle excited. So we weren't sure. It turned out to be totally cool and totally awesome, but it's one of those things where we weren't ready for it. We're getting ready to go to deck 5, and also oh my God, I know you, and we're like, oh, this is a 3 square foot box, man. So it turned out to be totally great. So
yeah, so it was crazy. Everybody has stories, and we have a ton of stories on ships, especially with vlogging and with a camera. So, all right, we're doing really good. Thank you for everybody for joining us. We have over 100 people in our live stream right now.
Have you ever sailed the South Pacific? No, we want to. Asia, the South Pacific. There's all kinds of places we definitely want to go. We're starting to step out of the Caribbean this year, especially. We did a little bit last year with the transatlantic, but this year, next month, we're going to be in Europe for almost 20 days. So. And we're sailing a European cruise line going to European ports. We're not trying to do the typical stuff. We didn't want to go on like a royal ship or whatever. We wanted to know what it would be like to sail on either P&O or AIDA, and P&O made the cut. AIDA will be next time.
Yes, we're trying to sail on as many ships as possible. That was our goal when we started out cruising and seeing all the different ships and realizing
Isabel
stuff.
Has a great point about embarkation.
Yes. Oh, Princess and Celebrity. Oh, NCL is the worst.
Yes.
So Isabel said this about embarkation and disembarkation.
Yeah.
NCL for us too. We agree. NCL is the worst embarkation and disembarkation.
Yeah.
It's just I don't even understand what's going on. What's happening?
That's why
I
we
don't
say
know.
you should sail the Haven in New Region. It's
Yeah.
pure. Again, it comes down to priority on and off. We don't have time to hang out in the lounges or really enjoy the other Haven amenities, but it's priceless to me to have a pleasant experience getting on and getting off the ship.
Yes, it's just for us. It's everything because
MSC
when you
cruise
start
out of
in
Hong Kong, that would be cool.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That'd be awesome.
We definitely want to go to Asia or Singapore. Yes.
We keep getting asked a favorite cruise line. We don't really have a favorite cruise line. They all do something vastly different. Believe it or not, they all cater to something different. I'd say right now, if I had to pick gun to my head, it would be Royal by a very small margin. And again, and again, I have to sail on something else of Royals again to see if it's fleet wide or if it was just that ship wide. So right now, I'm going to reserve my comment saying Symphony was amazing, and I don't have a current favorite cruise line. What about you?
I think every cruise line has something different for me. If I really want to see great entertainment, it's Royal Caribbean. I mean, their stage shows. It's hard to get Sean to see a stage show, so it's really fun when we get to go on ships
True.
and he'll come with me to see one. So that's
Well, look,
really cool.
if you've been burned once, I'm not going to do it again. There are cruise lines where I know I'm going to see it. What's the equivalent to a high school performance? And
Yeah.
while you may love your children and you think they're awesome at what they do, they don't. You know, and when it comes to these people who are performing, it is just oof. There are some cruise lines. Look, everyone has a priority. Every cruise line has a priority.
Everybody's different. And
everyone's
they all
different.
do different
But
things.
there are some legitimately horrifying in-house productions, and it's just like there was one. I don't even remember what ship it was, but we watched these performers where they climb up a net and then jump into a pit, and that's all they did for the entire duration of what seemed like a 95-minute song. It was just like so yeah. So then I look at Steph and she's like, I get it. I know. You know.
All right, this is a great question from Scott. He's asking us, what are we looking forward to most on our P&O cruises? We will
Chill.
be doing.
I'm looking forward to.
There's going to be
chill.
no chill, zero chill.
No.
There's
I mean on the ship. I mean no screaming and yelling. I mean just chill like a. We haven't been on what you'd categorize as a normal cruise ship since I think Royal Princess.
Okay, all right.
So
First of all, the people asking, Bonnie, there's some other questions. P&O is a Carnival Corporation cruise line that sails out of England and Europe. So I think they come here as well. They come to the Caribbean, but they're primarily stationed in Europe. So we are going on April 9th, we will be going to London, and our cruise is on the 12th. So we sail out of Southampton. And
Southampton.
our first cruise, we're doing two. Our very first cruise is going to be to Amsterdam and Holland. That is Amsterdam. Amsterdam, Netherlands, Guernsey, I think.
yeah, a bunch of ports that we're
There's a
trying
place
to learn
with
how to pronounce.
waffles. I'm
There's
really
definitely a
excited
place with-
about. There's a place with waffles. And then our second cruise we're going on is going to be to the Norwegian Fords, and that's my most to answer your question. That is what I'm looking forward to the most. I cannot wait to see the Fords. We have a couple excursions planned on different days, and then we are also doing some self-guided tours that I found online. I want to do articles for this because I found some really cool, resources and references to sort of explore Europe on your own. So I'm really
And
excited.
real quick, I want to say a big what up to Lolita Loca. They're in the house. What?
Lolita
I wish I had a
Loca,
chicken or
what?
something.
Chicken.
That was awesome. I've never laughed so hard. I had tears rolling down my. I was
Tears
working
too.
on a really tough project for a client, so that was a nice dump of brevity. Thank you very much. It was
Jenny, I
unbelievable.
feel for you. I was just like, I cannot believe he's still doing the chicken.
So
it's amazing.
let's talk Virgin. We're getting a lot of Virgin questions.
Okay.
Let's just take care of the Virgin thing. Let's just rip off the Band-Aid. So here's the deal. It's our goal in life to try every cruise line and every ship. It says that on all of our socials, and I'm not lying. That's what we want to do. However, when a cruise line staunchly says we don't want you, we're probably not going to go.
They don't staunchly say us in
not
particular.
us personally, but the
Personally.
marketing is very specific, and based on the marketing, I'm going to feel more like a chaperone than a guest. So
Yes.
I'm not really super excited to try it out. However, if someone at Virgin or somebody else wants us to go check it out and gets our spin on it, I'm not going to say no.
Yeah, so if you look at the marketing, it's just geared. I know
I don't wear leather pants. I
we're
don't
just
put a
not
nautical
that.
helmet on.
We're just
you know.
not that
I
crowd.
don't do shots in a snorkel. You know, I wish I did. That would be
It's
fun.
just
shots in a
not our
snorkel.
crowd. We're gonna wait and see. We have a lot of friends that are going on, and we want to see what they think, and then maybe we'll see if it's right for us. But right now, it doesn't feel like the right fit, so we'll put it on the back burner, and we will sort of go with that. So, yeah, we would. Poor chicken. It's 5 week. That is the best. So
What's that?
The chicken may not have survived.
Yeah. Well, Jeremy, their marketing is really, really heavy. It feels very much like they hired the same company who did the marketing for Fire Festival. It's lots of beautiful people that you don't ever see in one group. It's like the 1% of the 1% all dancing. Some dude in some shiny pants, putting on a nautical helmet, be like, yeah. Some goat walks by, woo. You know, that's just not, I've never done that in a cruise ship before. And so, like I said, if someone wants to foot the bill, I'll do it. But as of right this second, based on everything I've seen, I will not put my own money down on a Virgin cruise.
Yeah, it's we'll see how it goes and
can't
see
predict the future because
what
last
happens.
year we booked 2 cruises last year and somehow ended up on 10. So can't really say no to anything, I guess.
We actually said way back in the day that we would never. I found this on my Facebook page that we would never go on a Carnival ship. And
That's true. That was a
so
long time
happy
ago.
that we actually did get to go on a Carnival ship because they're so much fun and we had a fantastic time on
We
both
believed
the
all the
Horizon
things
and the
people were
Breeze.
telling us. So that's one of the things that we do this vlog. Is like,
Yeah.
why don't we see for ourselves? Maybe things that are being said are a tad extreme. And
Yes.
it turns out most of the times they are.
So on that line, Celebrity Edge, we definitely want to go on the Celebrity Edge, but right now it's just not in the budget.
just-
It's just a
yeah.
lot of money.
Yeah, look, we're not.
So-
Let's just dispel this right now. Stephanie and I are not wealthy. We do not have wealthy backers. We do not have a trust fund. We work tons and tons of side jobs. I do videos for clients. As a matter of fact, if you have a video that you need done, give us a call and I'll work on it. That's what we do. We work on videos for money. We also have a store online, and that's just how we make our money. But it's very, very funny that people accuse us of being spoiled. And I'm gonna tell you this: we're not spoiled, because if we were, we wouldn't be rocking the inside cabins, y'all. I mean, seriously. I love the inside cabins, and it's a great way to save money. But sometimes you just want to get a little breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
We would, we have done suite level. We've done inside cabins. We've done them all, but we don't have like this Scrooge McDuck bank account. That
The only way we're
jump
able
in
to do
and
that many
swim around.
ships is by staying on the inside cabins.
Yes. But yes, we definitely want to try the Edge. It's just
For
right
sure.
now not in the budget. So actually, the P&O cruises, if you are interested in sailing Europe, you should check them out. They're very reasonable. They're actually, because they're Carnival, I kind of equate them to the Carnival pricing here. They're very, very, very affordable and a great price to go see Europe. Cheaply.
Denise
So it's
asked,
kinda
what kind
nice.
of stuff do we sell online? We sell stuff for people who make video. I have a 20-year history of making videos. I was a visual effects artist in Hollywood for a very long time. I worked on shows like Charmed and Ally McBeal and Roswell. I did a lot of demon vanquishing. That's all I did. Worked on Dude Where's My Car, Any Given Sunday. I just did a lot. And so we sell products for anyone who makes video. Using my history, the original people who worked on the original Star Wars taught me everything I know. So we make effects for people. Like, so you want to put a flishy flash on your thing, or like America's Got Talent has our stuff all over it. Every time they cut to someone, you see these beautiful lens flares and stuff go by. Stephanie and I shot that in our garage. What?
Yeah, you can see our
pretty cool.
products on almost all TV at night, like Survivor and America's Got Talent and what's the singing show? American Idol, all the
America's Got Idols.
like there's so many America something, but yeah, so it's really cool to get to see that. Then you can see our stuff in movies, and you get to see our stuff on the Disney ship, which is really fun. So it's really, really cool. It just pays the bill so we can cruise more.
Doing the Celebrity Edge on the Transatlantic, that would be awesome. We love TAs. TAs are a lot of fun if we can fit it in our schedule. Look, it's just all about trying to find ways to pay for these things. That's it. I mean, we've had some sponsors, which has been wonderful, and we had our first viewer-sponsored cruise, which was fantastic. But the other 10 trips we've been on are out of pocket, and it just takes a lot. So, we want to do all the ships. And, if we win the lottery, we will absolutely do every single ship, even the ones you've never heard of. We might just buy a rowboat, put a name on it, and just be like, oh, we're cruising this.
Yeah, we just want to go on them all. I just want to go on every ship. We were just looking at AIDA, the AIDA
can't wait.
Iona.
Nova. Oh,
no,
yeah.
the Iona. Oh, Nova is the one.
P&O's,
P&O Iona.
Aida Nova.
AIDA Nova.
Yeah.
We have some friends on there now, and it looks super, super fun, and it looks amazing. It is a German cruise line, which intrigues us because I just like being kind of immersed in environments where you feel like uncomfortable.
Yeah,
It's kind of
context is
fun.
everything. We love not speaking the language. We love figuring things out. Like when some of you jumped in on our live stream when we were in Key West, and we deliberately get lost. We just don't care. Odds are we're not going to get any kind of physical harm, and if we ever felt like we were about to be in physical harm, we would obviously not do it. But we felt perfectly safe in our own home state. Nothing looked any different than any other city that we've been to in Florida. So we're like, whatever, let's just do it. And that's kind of how we roll. We did that in Barcelona. We did that in Cadiz. We just like roaming and getting lost. So it's just kind of our jam.
Yeah, it's just fun to just sort of get out. That's why I'm gonna make an article on our blog for all of these walking tours that I found to walk around different cities, which is really cool. So I know one of the cities, Ogden, I think we're going to, which is in Norway. I have all of these stops planned for us to go see and visit. Now, of course, we don't always get to them. If you've seen our San Juan Square video, we got lost after the second square, but we still had a fantastic day. So we're just looking forward to just kind of exploring, and we make some of the best memories getting lost, which is fun.
Yes,
so.
some of our favorite times are in the rain, it just completely lost. Like you won't be able to see it, but in Castaway Key, it was so rainy and so wet that stuff we had to we had to rinse off our stuff in the shower. We had the outdoor showers. We just had to get our sand off. And it's so crazy because the rain's pouring down and the wind and you see cast members flying by. You're wondering, are they going to leave us here? It's like 2 hours to get on the ship still. Like, what's happening? You literally see cast members like flying. And so we're not really paying attention. And Stef goes right into the outdoor shower and goes in there with my camera bag on and doesn't realize it until about 20 seconds later. And thank God we didn't lose anything. And the camera bag's pretty legit, actually. But
yeah, it was pretty waterproof.
She went in a full shower with the GH5
I
and
forgot
everything.
I had it on.
Just like, so,
that was pretty
awesome.
fun moment there. Like
so weird stuff like that with weather or just getting lost. We get lost all the time. Actually, we'd be last place in Amazing Race all the time.
But we would be entertaining.
And thank you for your kind words, Todd. Todd's been a customer of ours for a very, very long time.
Yes, Todd, we
He's
love
awesome.
you. We love you so much. Let's see. Yes, Jeremy, I would find him. I'm the person to find a military base. Apparently,
how would you rate the Yacht Club food? I will tell you this, Jake. That's a great question. There's a difference between sweet food, MDR food, and specialty food. I believe that sweet food is a notch above MDR food, and 9 times out of 10, specialty dining is a notch above that. You can always find an exception to all of those rules very easily. Like, for example, the MDR food on Disney is better than most sweet food I've ever had. That being said, the Coastal Kitchen had the best tofu meal I've ever had. And yeah, I tried tofu and it was so good. It was so good.
So good.
So I would say that the Yacht Club is great if you're gonna versus the MDR, but I really strongly encourage to check out some of the specialty dining as well. But the Yacht Club, the reason the Yacht Club restaurant is great is because the menu changes.
Yes.
It's not the same every day. So,
but we were just on the Norwegian Escape, and we had dinner.
Robbie.
Thank you, Robbie O'Malley, Robbie Cruises. We in the menu they had one specialty meal like that they changed, and they were Robbie was telling us that they are going to add like a little section that changes. So that's kind of cool, and definitely an added bonus that they will need for their menu. So that's very, very cool.
And Jeremy says that's true. If you're ever looking for a secret military base, just have Stef drive. She'll find it. Area 51 had no idea.
Isabel, yes, we are on Shipmate app. I believe we are Sean and Stef.
Yeah, I think there is we either have a duplicate account or someone has made a fraudulent account because apparently there's Sean and Stef IRL. Don't know which one is which. We'll have to figure it out.
Maybe I made 2 on accident.
Someone asked, are those Grammys behind you? Those are not Grammys. Those are Emmys. And there. I don't really like talking about them. Stef put them there because they're shiny. So
they're pretty, and I'm proud of you. Bonnie, logo shirts or lanyards. For IRL stuff, we don't have, at this moment, the only thing we have are stickers.
Yeah, we have lots of stickers.
we have stickers. But we need to make some stuff.
Yeah, I think we need to make some swag. The thing is we've done this in the past where we've made swag for other things, and everyone's like, yeah. And then when it comes out, they're like, So we have
I think that was Justin that wrote that. We have a ton of rampant shirts that are sitting in our back closet.
In a box.
Because we used to go to trade shows with our company every year in Las Vegas. Somebody asked if we gambled. We do not gamble anymore now that we own our own company.
We run our own business. That's gambling enough. And we're starting a YouTube channel. Also another big gamble. So
we have enough gambling going on as it is.
We're not against it. We've done it in the past. I won a crazy amount of money in the airport of Vegas. Man. And I'm like, Vegas is awesome. And then I lost it all. And then Stef left. So I guess I'm just going to entertain everybody while Stephanie and she's back, everybody. All right.
Yes. So other than that, we need to get some shirts and stuff. So
someone's talking. Pamela's talking about Oceania. We want to do that next level. We want to try Oceania. I don't know how it's pronounced. As America Club Cruises.
Yes.
We definitely want to try Viking. We definitely want to try that next level. We absolutely love and adore. We want to try Cunard. We want to try everything. Queen Mary. We definitely want to try every ship, and it's funny, we're getting a lot of emails from people saying, you have to dress up more formal on P&O than you do on a regular ship. We love it. We adopt a when in Rome approach. Whatever the ship says you're doing within reason. If it's a nudist ship, ain't nobody want to see that. But seriously, we definitely just want to do whatever the ship has us do.
All right, so we have a question. We're going to put this up here. Forever Houseless says, nope, that's the wrong one. But that's a great. We'll
Yeah,
be
you
in
might
the.
as well-
Yeah,
you can't
so
pull
that's
up the
great.
question. What is-
That was the question though. This is the one I wanted. I'm just
What
going
is-
to do
okay,
the
well, I didn't get to see it.
question.
We definitely need a ship snack shirt. I've actually promoted that to Stephanie a lot. She just doesn't want to do it yet, or whatever.
We haven't had the time to do it.
I'm all about a whole ship snacks line of everything, like body spray. Ship snacks.
So
Stef.
Never Stop asks, can we do a tutorial on posting editing footage from a GoPro Hero 7? Well, it's funny that you ask that. If you didn't know,
That is very.
it's very great.
Yeah,
That's why I was so excited.
serendipitous.
If you didn't know, if you'd like to learn how to vlog with your phone to start out, if you're just starting out, or maybe you have one of your kids wants to do it and you don't want to buy all the equipment yet because they're just starting out, we have a whole tutorial series on how to vlog with your phone. But we are going to start, and we actually have this, and I'm going to show you this right now.
Top secret. Nobody knows about it.
Nobody knows about this. We just opened this channel yesterday. It's Sean and Stef BTS, so it's going to be behind the scenes. It's going to be, oh, by the way, the link is in the description because it's a bunch of numbers and letters.
Yeah, it's a brand new channel,
because
so
we have
we
nothing
can't,
on there.
We can't make some cool little URL for it yet.
Yeah. So we will have a BTS behind the scenes.
For sure.
Thing.
We're gonna talk a lot more about how we edit our vlogs. We get a lot of emails about it, and
Yes.
if you go to our company page, Rampant Design or Rampant Media, we have literally hundreds of hours of tutorials on every software you can imagine. But we're gonna put something different than that on our channel, and so we're gonna really cater a lot to people who want to be storytellers or vloggers. More so than we already have. If you haven't seen our series, Stephanie did a 16-part series, and it's just epic. It's really detailed for anyone who wants to learn. It doesn't leave you hanging. It leaves you zero questions whatsoever, and it gives you everything that you need for free. So, including the software.
And so on our behind the scenes on our BTS, we'll have tutorial stuff for cameras and that kind of stuff. But we also want to do things like people have been asking me for hair tutorials and makeup, like what are my makeup tips and that kind of stuff. So we're going to put all of that on that channel. We want to have it separately from our actual vlogging and our travels. So we're going to have that. We will get some more stuff on there. Oh, thanks guys for subscribing.
Woo, you're awesome. Jim, to answer your question about
Thank you
tuxes
so
for
much.
formal night, no, that tuxes are not outrageous for formal night. If a ship has an actual formal night, I see people in tuxes all the time.
Yeah.
Don't rock a tux on Norwegian unless you want to get yelled at I made the mistake of dressing up a little too nice one night for Norwegian because we just like to dress up, and I got heckled quite a bit. So
We actually got a lot of looks on Disney as well because we
I was
dress
the only
up
one wearing
on
a sport coat. It's just a sport coat and a button-down shirt like this and jeans.
And
It's
jeans,
nothing.
dark
It's nothing
jeans.
special, but boy, do we get some dirty looks. So yeah,
Yes.
but for ships that actually have formal night, totally, we see tuxes all the time.
Yeah, Sean doesn't wear tux. He just wears a tie, a nice, really nice shiny tie. And
Caleb just asked, how do you rate the specialty dining on the Symphony of the Seas? I will say this: we went on every single specialty restaurant we could find, and it was the
So
best food
good.
ever.
oh my gosh,
Ever.
so good. Oh, can't wait. Thank you guys so much for subscribing
thank you
to
for subbing to that.
BTS. We're really
Thank you,
excited.
Jeffrey.
It's going to be sort of everything else that you want to know. So we'll do live stuff on there, and there'll be times where it's just Sean, and there'll be times where it's just me, and we'll do all kinds of things. So all of that stuff.
Well, like the
about
number one thing is how to do the
my
ears.
hair buns.
So
Everybody
that's
wants to
definitely
know
going to go
that.
there.
So
Stuff that doesn't really belong on our main channel. Not that it couldn't belong on our main channel. It's just we kind of want to just move those things over to this other thing. That's all.
Yeah.
But so many people asking Steph about her outfit of the day or her doing the ear bun tutorial. Messy
getting
buns.
ready with me. That's the
Yeah.
big thing right now. So.
Yeah. So stuff like that's going to go over there.
But thank you for subscribing. So excited.
Would you
This is
consider
like
an
the best.
Eastern Canadian cruise, but also do, if Brittany Watson would accommodate and be able to help Canadians? I believe Brittany Watson can handle anyone in North America. Don't quote me on that. I don't work for her, but I haven't heard or seen her say anything about not helping out Canadians. So go ahead and shoot her an email. She is on the Navigator of the Seas right now, so she might be delayed in responding by a day or two. I don't know, but I know right now she's on the Navigator, and they look like they're having a blast.
Yeah, the Navigator looks like a great ship. Such a great ship. Disney vlogs will be coming out, Jake, I think in
March 30th is the
March
first
30th.
Disney vlog. It's already up. I can put a link in here. It's already scheduled. It's already uploaded. Our VIP peeps, they have access to everything. They've had Symphony done for a while, and they're on episode 2 of Disney, I believe. Episode 3 I'm working on right now, and 4 and 5 and 6 are in production. I don't sleep.
It doesn't sleep. So yes, this is fantastic. I still can't believe we're at 113
Yeah, if we
people.
could have just cut
Oh!
off the first, 20
Yeah,
minutes, it would
we
have
did
been
have
great.
a small issue, but thank you
Yes,
guys for
we
jumping
had
in
an
today.
issue, yes,
It was all me. I will be
My
the
little
one.
leprechaun here.
I am wearing green today for St. Patrick's Day. Where's your green?
I'm Irish. I bleed green, baby.
That's right. That's right. That's your thing. So what else do we have here?
Did you enjoy Carnival Breeze? Yes.
Yes.
See, we loved the Carnival Breeze. It was some of the most fantastic crew ever was on the Breeze. I like how Horizon is laid out differently. I like what they did with Horizon better in terms of where things are. But the Breeze had some phenomenal food. The Alchemy Bar is unreal. We just had a lot of fun. We always have fun.
We did. The Carnival ships are just fun. They're nothing what the stereotypes of people say. We never experienced any of that
We
stuff.
didn't see any fighting.
No,
That's
it was
ridiculous.
just fun people having a good time. The age on the Carnival, the 2 Carnival ships that we did are our age. So you're talking 40s, and and everyone's fun. It's just a fun way to be, and it's just a fun atmosphere, and we really enjoyed it. So it was really great. Somebody did ask about weather. We have some the worst weather that we've ever had. Well, the worst ship weather.
I was gonna say it's not for me. This was
would
weak
be
sauce.
the Pacific
And
coast.
That's totally weak. I
cruise.
want these big stories. I want that bomb cyclone, baby. I'll be out there on the deck with a GoPro, like I'm not afraid of you. You know, I really want all the weather, and we don't get any, and it's kind of boring.
No, it's
Even our transatlantic was it's just glass smooth.
It was glass. I was so happy. So happy.
Boo.
The craziest thing though, that I'll never forget this. So it's the middle of the night. Sean doesn't sleep. He's always awake in the middle of the night. And he shakes me awake and he's like, "You have to come outside." And I'm like, "What's going on?" So we go outside. I don't remember what ship we are on or where we were. I have no idea. But you went outside and it was so foggy. It looked like Pirates of the Caribbean. Like literally, like it was all fog and it was so quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I will never forget how quiet it was. You couldn't hear the ocean. You couldn't hear the ship. It was just so still. It was so thick. I think it was sort of taking all the sound away. It was the craziest thing. And there was lightning. It was just crazy. So that was.
Hey, Kathy, great to see
thing.
you. Oh, thank you for answering that question, Jeremy. Yes, we've got a couple of our VIPs in the chat room, so if you want to ask them what they think about it, please feel free to do so. Let's see, going on Anthem.
Kathy!
We really want to do
Hi,
Anthem.
Kathy!
We want to do Anthem so bad. I also want to do
Anthem.
Spectrum. I know it's not going to be here, but I desperately want to do Spectrum.
Yes. Caleb, you asked, would you sail with Disney or Symphony of the Seas?
Both?
Both. We want to do another one of the bigger ships of Disney. And so, yeah.
Disney is, yes, the fog is scary, and I don't ever want to be in a situation where people are actually put in harm. I just really enjoy rocking in big waves, and I'm just weird. I like roller coasters and going upside down and jumping out of airplanes, et cetera, et cetera. Bermuda Triangle, yeah, we've been through that so many times. Who knows what universe we're in now? Let's see, what else is there? Back to sailing with Disney or Symphony of the Seas. I cannot stress this enough. Disney Cruise Line is like no other cruise line, just like Disney theme parks are like no other theme parks. You just can't compare it. If you're a huge fan of Disney and you love their IP and you want everything to be all Disney all the time, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep, Disney's for you. If that sounds like madness to you, it is. It is
crazy all the time.
It's not for you. If you want to chill on a deck, I've not seen any chill on a Disney ship. It's awesome though. We had a great time, and I would do it again. I want to do a bigger Disney ship to see what the differences are, but I would sail Disney tomorrow on any ship, but I know full well that it's nothing like any other cruise line or cruise ship we've ever been on.
Yes. Oh, Sharon, that's awesome.
Ooh,
We're signing
Johnny,
up with Johnny.
awesome.
You will love it.
You'll love it. And if you talk to him, tell him we said hi.
So awesome. Yes, tell him we say
we
hi.
love Johnny. Johnny's a fantastic human. If you're in St. Martin, you've got to do an ATV tour with Johnny. He will drive you around, take you to all the greatest places. He'll take you to see the Iguana Man. It's just so much fun.
It's just such a fun day. He's a great guy. The whole thing is fantastic. You can also rent ATVs by yourself there. Like if you want to do St. Kitts like we did and you want to go explore by yourself, he will rent those for you and you can just go on your merry way and just enjoy St. Martin by yourself. So yeah, we have never been on the Carnival Fantasy. The only Carnival ships we've done is the Breeze and the Horizon. So we are looking forward to going on the Mardi Gras, which is next year. We will be on the first sailing out of Port Canaveral. So that'll be fun. And we just found out that EECC Travels will be with us. So we're really, really excited. It's going to be a pretty fun cruise. I know they have a lot of stuff planned, the Carnival team. So it's going to be really fun. We're really, really, really excited about that. Let's see. Disney Fantasy. Yes.
Yes, Caleb, we love the big ships.
Yes.
Disney Fantasy, what? Oh yeah,
that
we
is
definitely want to
just
see it.
beautiful. Yeah. What else we have here? The lights.
Nobody does
are
theming.
blinding.
That's another reason why Disney cruises are like anything else. When you go on any other cruise line, Royal, Carnival, the bar is right here, and the bar may be themed or the restaurant may be themed, but in between the themed areas are ship. It looks like a merchant ship. It looks like a military ship. It's just plain white metal steel walls and no design. But on Disney, they theme everything to the nines. They have 2 to 1, 1 to 2, one crew member for every 2 people on the Disney Magic. That's unheard of on any other cruise line. Unheard of. So they have more crew and they have more theming than you could possibly imagine. So that's why I say Disney ships are like none other. I've never seen that many crew members in my life on one ship.
Sorry, I'm going to sneeze.
Stephanie is having a sneezing fit right now.
Sorry about that. Yes. Theming on Disney is amazing. Hello, David and Aaron. Great to see you guys. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us. This is our first of, casual. We're going to do this every Sunday. We're really excited. Sundays with Sean and Stef. So every Sunday at 4 o'clock, we can join us.
We did not vlog the California cruise. That was like 8 years ago. There is a really weird, 3-minute overview video, but it's on our channel. We don't erase anything. Nothing gets sunsetted here, so you can definitely find our most embarrassing videos on the planet. Just look a little bit further than sooner.
Look, just hit that thing. The video.
Don't you give them a map. They have to Indiana Jones this. If they want
All
it,
right,
they can find it.
It's there. I promise you it's there. No, it was our very, very, very first cruise in 2011 on the Holland American Oosterdam. So
someone just said, love EECC. Yes, they are
Yes.
fantastic. They're some of the best Carnival vlogs out there. They're really great peeps.
They
made our list of
this whole vlogging.
Yeah, this vlogging community is great. There's nobody we don't like in this community.
It's just great.
Apparently,
it's like a family.
the community is really tight knit, and I didn't mention some people that I didn't know that they did vlogs. It's that simple. The list that we produced, was it 2 days ago or 3 days ago?
Yeah.
People we actually watch and that inspire us or make us smile. So I don't feel right about just writing about people, even though they may or may not be popular. I really feel like being a little bit more honest and just saying, hey, look, here's the people that I personally watch. But the people that have been suggested, I will absolutely go check out.
So this is a very good question, and I'd like to talk about this for sure. Snowcat asked, is there anything to do see in St. Thomas right at the pier? So actually, there is not. We were there, well, at least the last time we were there, everything is sort of packed up and you have to book it ahead of time. So if you book a excursion or something else, either through the ship or not through the ship, they will be there. But when we used to go to St. Thomas before the hurricane happened, there used to be all kinds of things going on, and now there's really not. They're still building back up, and a lot of the businesses just don't have any booths or anything down on the pier. So if you are planning on being in St. Thomas, make sure you book ahead, either with the cruise line or by your personally on TripAdvisor or the ship mate app and all this stuff. So.
A big what up to Sharon at Sea for joining in. Thanks,
Hello, Sharon
Good
at
to see
Sea. They're going on Symphony.
Yeah.
We're excited
Make
to
sure
hear
to watch
about your trip. That's so fun. Oh my gosh. What else is happening here? Hello to everyone. There's so many people that just jumped in. Hello to everyone. It's so great. Have you ever been on a ship that had problems?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. In this, you can find our very first epic vlogs. I'm not going to point it out to it, but you can see that our room vibrated so bad that they put us in another cabin. And Steph took the sheets. She's like, no, she took all the bedding and everything. She's walking down the hallway with a bed in her hands and all these officers just giving her the dirtiest of looks. But we were in a cabin that was shaking so bad that glass was falling off the shelves, and the ship wasn't rocking. There was some kind of a structural issue where it went straight up right through our cabin, and literally everything was falling. And yeah, it was tough. We went about 4 or 5 days without sleep. It was starting to get very, very terse between us and the company. They finally did do something for us, but the resolution. We were disembarking Saturday morning, and they came up with a resolution for us on Friday evening at around 10 o'clock at night.
At dinner, we were finishing
there was
our
no
dinner.
way for us to. It was a take it or leave it kind of thing, and I don't sort of think it was an accident the way it came in. So
Well, we got a discount.
Land and sea don't talk well into another, but it does not take 48 hours to send an email and get a response. This is not a ship in a bottle kind of thing.
Okay, wait. But first, so we did get a really nice discount, which allowed us to go on our transatlantic
really nice
cruise, which was fantastic because we never would have done that because they're typically pretty expensive, especially through Norwegian, which their pricing's a little bit higher. But let me explain why I was carrying sheets and blankets and bedding through the halls of the Norwegian Epic. So we were in the Haven. No, I wasn't selling them.
Oh.
We were in the Haven, and Haven has the best bedding. Actually, the Disney bedding has probably been the best so far that we've ever had. But before Disney, Norwegian's bedding was the best. and it's suite level, but that bedding does not exist in the non-Haven room. So I literally stripped our bed, and took it out with me. So I'm carrying, all you can see me carrying the hallways. I'm carrying all this stuff, and I'm like looking out the side, carrying all of our bedding down the hallway. So that is what happened with the story with the beds. And
it was a colossal thing where you can't assign 2 cabins to one person apparently. So we got shut out of both cabins. So there was about an 18-hour period where we didn't have a Haven cabin and we didn't have a regular balcony cabin. We were homeless.
It was a mess.
And somebody actually caught me saying in the Haven, I don't have a bed to sleep in. And they were all laughing, thinking we were being over dramatic. It's like, no, I legitimately don't have a bed to sleep in. So that was kind of crazy.
Yes. Alex asks, when will Coco K construction be done?
Well,
it's supposed to be done by May.
Yeah,
they opened the soft opened.
Yeah, the pier and the pool are open now. Apparently, we saw some really fantastic photos, and they're claiming the slides and the zip line will be done in May. It is almost April. The slides do not look close, but you never know. Maybe they're hustling. But the photos that we saw recently, the pool looks amazing, and the pier looks amazing.
Yes,
but everything else is under construction. But
super long.
So they're saying May 1st or somewhere around the beginning of May, and then again the final completion of everything else in the beginning of December. That's what we were told by Royal.
And Jake was asking about Seaside, comparing the service in the yacht club compared to other cruise lines. You really have to compare Yacht Club to Haven or another suite level. Yeah. And those are the only 2 suites that we've sailed in.
You're not going to get that kind of level of service in the MDR unless you're on a Disney ship.
The Seaside, for us, the MSC service was better than Norwegian's Haven, but they're not as personal. Where the Norwegian crew know you and they talk to you and they get to know you on a personal level. The MSC, they're very there to do a job. They're very professional. So they're fantastic. I think they're better than Norwegian in that respect. But as far as personality wise, I think that Norwegian's a little bit more personable to the guests. You think?
Yeah. I mean, you have butlers. We don't use butlers. I don't have a butler right now. It's just kind of weird. We end up becoming friends with our butler. We don't really need them for anything. We don't use them for anything, and that's both on both sides. But the service is impeccable on both sides. Yacht club service is like no other. So if this is your first time in the yacht club, it will spoil you for sure. The only other time we've gotten that level of service outside of a suite would be at Disney. Disney has impeccable guest service. I mean, they're sitting there cutting all the kids' food for them and telling them bedtime stories. I mean, the amount of things that the crew does outside of their normal job on a Disney ship is unreal.
Truth and Requiem Gaming asked if we do the deluxe package. We actually stopped getting drink packages because we don't have time to drink, so it's not economical for us because we are going and doing so many things for our videos and trying to do as many activities on board, and we just don't have time to go to the bar and sit and get our money's worth as far as that goes. On Norwegian, it's great because it's usually included.
Except for our bliss trip.
Except for ours, which it wasn't because we got the cheapest
perks.
room.
Yeah.
They're great if you would like to drink. They're fantastic. But if you don't have time or you're off the ship a lot and you can't really use them, then, kind of evaluate how much you drink and how long you can drink and all that stuff. So that's kind of my drink package thing.
When we really decided to start taking this thing a little bit more seriously, the cost really adds up. The base price of a typical cruise runs, $1,500 to $2,000 for an inside cabin for 7 days in the Caribbean on average, right? Mm-hmm. And then you start adding and adding and adding. So we found ourselves with excursions and everything else that we want to show you with the channel. We don't get compensated 99 times out of 100. It's out of our own pocket. So like last year we did our own budget of what we paid to sail all the sailings we did last year. And it was a lot of money, and sold a lot of gear, worked extra jobs, so the drink pass, while wonderful, not worrying about paying for a drink, becomes very, it adds up to being, in some cases another grand on a.
It can add up to be pretty pricey.
It's really uncomfortable for us to try to make that decision. We'd love to do everything so we can talk openly about everything, but until we get to the point where we can Scrooge McDuck into a thing of coins or get massive sponsorship or whatever, we have to make a choice. Like we are not going to do all those specialty restaurants on Symphony. We had budgeted money for 2, and it was probably going to be $150 in Wonderland most likely.
Yes.
And Royal found out we were on the ship and they approached us. They grabbed us and they said, no, we want you to tell your fans about all the specialty dining. So that's how that happened. Otherwise, we're vloggers on a budget. We stay in the inside cabins for a reason. We drink 1 or 2 drinks a night for a reason. You get to drink for free, like Ben and David say, if you get invited to the captain's party. So there's a free drink. But
go to the parties. They give you some.
We just don't have the money to do everything like when Stef said, I'm doing the go-karts. We're doing go-karts on Bliss. We treated that like an excursion. No, God's honest truth. We looked at it like that. That's going to be a big portion of what we're doing here because, money is not infinite. And
Yes. Sydney asked a fantastic question. Give me 1 second to put it up here on the thing. Sydney asks,
oh, yes, thank you.
What is the better use of extra? Since we're talking about vacation funds, should you get a cabin upgrade or do excursions or shore activities?
Yes, this was the awesome question that Sydney posted in our Cruise Buddies group on Facebook. So thank you, Sydney.
Yes.
It depends. We've done both. For my 40th birthday, we did our very first Haven trip. We did not vlog it. And we spent the entire time, we got this aft balcony outside of the Haven courtyard. It was just all the way at the back of the ship. It was on the Norwegian Escape. And we literally had 40% of the back of the ship. It was an ignorant size for 2 people. It had one of those things where the shower overlooks the ocean, massive bathtub. I mean, this was just an impeccable suite. And we stayed in there, with the exception of meals, we stayed in there the entire time. And it was the best.
It was so magical.
And then there's the Royal Princess thing where we did Fathom excursions the entire time. And that was the most fun I've ever had in my entire life, the most soul fulfilling. We met wonderful people. So I guess it really just depends on what you want to do on a vacation. If you vacation once a year and your goal is to plant your feet, have a drink and do nothing, I do not blame you.
Cabin upgrade it.
Yeah, cabin upgrade it. Do your thing.
It's all worth it when you do the upgrades.
When you get these
now,
beautiful cabins.
I will say that for us, we're talking about upgrading from a regular room to a suite level.
Okay.
For us, upgrading from a inside stateroom to a balcony, think about how much you're going to be on the balcony. That's the main thing. For us, ocean view rooms are fantastic free upgrades. We personally would never buy an ocean view room. If it's given to us because we had an inside guarantee and we got bumped up to an ocean view, fantastic. They're kind of like an inside with a window. I don't know why. If you love them, that's fantastic. I wouldn't pay for them. But between an inside stateroom and a balcony stateroom, if you're never going to be on your balcony, then go for the inside stateroom.
Yeah, look, Stephanie and I, we get asked a lot. There's no way you have any time for each other. That's so far from the truth. We carve out time every trip. And one of the things we used to do when we always had balconies would be carve out stars time. Watch the stars. Then we started traveling on ships that can be seen from space. They're so bright, so there's so much light pollution you can't see the stars. And then we had that awesome cove balcony on the breeze, but you can't see stars. You see the bottom of ships. So we started realizing that while the balcony is awesome and it's great to open up the day on a vlog and cheers coffee on the balcony, that's wonderful. But that's $1,000 shot because it cost me $1,000 more to do that than the inside stateroom. So we take that G, put it in, take it away from the cabin and put that towards all of our excursions. And that's how we're able to do snorkeling or driving a golf cart around or whatever, because those things aren't always cheap. $120 for a golf cart.
That's an expensive
That's an expense.
day.
It's an expense. It's just how it is. So we were always budgeting things because we want to keep the show going. It's our dream. But every day we're a little bit closer to being bigger and we're a little bit closer to being bankrupt. And that is not a joke. Part of my anxiety stems from the fact that I don't have 2 quarters to rub together yet. I believe in this thing so much that I'm putting all my faith in it regardless.
That is the curse of owning your own company. You never know what tomorrow is going to happen, what happens going to happen tomorrow. So it's become this thing where we just keep working and just keep praying and hoping that we sort of make it to the next day, and that's kind of where we are. But with that excursion thought process, everyone's been asking about Alaska. We really want to do Alaska, but there is one thing that in Alaska happens. All of your excursions are so expensive. I mean, I was looking at them. You're talking $400, $500.
Well, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it, right? And there's going to be like, I'm going to high five a moose. I'm getting on a helicopter.
We want to do the helicopter tour. We want to do the sled dog tour, and those are really expensive.
I want to watch the dudes do the thing on the logs. We're like, just because, in slow motion. Can you imagine that?
There's a lot to do. We really want to do it, but we definitely want to do it because we probably will only do it one time. So we want to do it, like blow it out. It's kind of a thing. We just want to do everything that we possibly can. We're saving. That's why we're doing for Europe, our 2 European cruises. We have 2. I think we have 2 booked excursions through the cruise line. So that's our only expense. Everything else is a walking tour that I found online. So we're trying to save money there. We're doing a glacier viewing. We're going to ride in a troll car. I don't know what that is, but it sounds really, really cool. So we're going to see a glacier in a troll car. And then we are taking a boat cruise in Stavanger underneath Pulpit Rock. If you don't know what Pulpit Rock is, you should look it up because it's crazy. They did a scene in Mission Impossible. What's his name?
Yeah, there's a helicopter
Tom
that fires
Cruise.
missiles at us, so it's going to totally be the same exact experience.
Tom
yes.
Cruise climbs up the side of Pulpit Rock. It's really cool. So yeah, it's just for excursions and stuff, we really budget. And I do try to find a lot of walking stuff, especially when you go out of the Caribbean and you get to other places. There's a lot of things to see on foot, as far as like cultural or. We are going to Anne Frank's house, so that's really cool in Amsterdam. I mean, there's things like that you kind of plan for yourself. So we're really excited.
Someone just, how about Hawaii? Yes, we want to do Hawaii. We just have to find the right ship, the right itinerary. The thing about
Maybe
Hawaii,
Disney.
maybe Disney. The thing about Hawaii is you're still in the United States, so you will be paying very expensive taxes everywhere you go, as far as I understand. I could be wrong, but it's kind of like how everyone complains about sailing out of Miami and drinking and paying taxes, or sailing out of New York and paying taxes. Apparently, it's the same in Hawaii the whole time. So, not sure. It could be completely wrong. Definitely want to do Hawaii. Lots of friends out there. We just, again, it's on the left side of the country, so it takes us longer and more expense to get over there. So it's actually cheaper for us to go to Europe this time around than it was to do an Alaska trip. So.
Yep.
It's always budgetary for us. It's it's nothing personal. Some people are getting offended that we're not doing their favorite itineraries or whatever. We're absolutely trying, but we're literally just a husband and wife trying to make this thing happen.
And Alex, you had a good point about booking an excursion through the ship. Yes, they will wait for you. For us,
sure.
because if you are a new cruiser, I definitely say that that's definitely something that you should probably keep in mind, especially for time management. For us, because we've cruised so much, time management is kind of given, and we can judge it ourselves. Like when we were in St. Kitts by ourselves doing the
Very
ATV,
close. Very close.
we were not close. We always leave an hour to spare because you never know about traffic or anything. So we wanted to go down. We got on Sir Timothy's Hill. We wanted to go down and see the beaches and the salt flats, but we didn't have time. So I'm really good at time management, so I can kind of keep track of what's going on. So.
We also take clues when we were going up that mountain. The one thing you didn't see, because we didn't see until it was going down, and there was no way to reasonably explain what we saw, but all those tour buses that you saw flying by us, one of them missed the turn and ran off the road and hit something and crashed. And that was going back down the mountain at the very end of our tour. So had we kept going and then not turned around and come back like we did, we would have been in traffic and we would have missed our ship. So
we don't ever.
It would have been close.
It would have been close. We don't ever keep it that close. I think we got back to the ship with like 2 hours to spare.
It wasn't 2 hours.
It was
an
more
hour.
than that.
It was an
So.
hour.
But yeah, just have to be careful about time management and where you are. Look at things around you if you're by yourself. Now, if you're walking on foot, it's a little bit easier because you're on foot, so you know how long it took you to go from A to B. But if you had to take a cab or something, just be aware of, okay, well, it took me 45 minutes to get back to the city. I need to make sure I leave that. Plus, probably an hour to get back to the ship. So just keep that in mind.
There's a lot of great questions coming up. Ellie said, how the heck do you both stay so skinny? You're very kind. We use the stairs. We try to show that more often because people don't believe us. So we absolutely use the stairs anytime we possibly can, especially on days like muster drill or embarkation day or heavy port days, especially on coming back from a port. As much as you don't want to walk again, we don't want to wait for that elevator nonsense on port days. So we take it. We just go all the way back up. That's one thing. We don't eat a lot. I typically only eat breakfast and dinner, or maybe a light lunch. Stephanie's the same way. We don't eat a whole lot, and the drinking is a minimum. So I guess it's kind of a caloric balance. But we walk, like when we do like Cadiz, we must have walked, according to my phone, something like 22 miles. Same with Barcelona, we walked another 20 or 30 miles. So it's just one of those things where it's just like your legs feel like jelly, but you come off. I don't want to say this and sound like a jerk, so please don't take it in a jerky fashion, but the last 4 cruises I've been on, I've come back losing weight. I've come back weighing less.
I have not.
Okay, so
I have not. So
and I eat everything you see. I'm a jerk. So
He's not a jerk.
I eat everything you see. It's not that I'm not eating. It's just that we work out a lot.
We do,
and I think I stress calories. I honestly believe I stress so much that the calories just kind of fall off. So there you go.
That's the curse, and I feel like I'm gaining weight at the monument of the whole 40s thing, and the change of life is coming. I don't know what's happening.
As your travel says,
crazy.
How many cruises have you been on? As a channel, we did 10 last year, and we've done 2 this year so far, and we've got 3 more scheduled for this year. As a couple, we started a long time ago in
2011.
2011, and we've done I think a little over 20, 25 cruises at this point. Something like we had a tally at one point, and just
But we've
no longer have
done,
it.
Disney just hit our 100 cruise vlog.
Yeah, we did 100 vlogs
cruise vlog.
during our Disney vlogs. So that's very cool.
Yeah, I do like the ship snacks. Yeah, but oh my gosh, I ate so much on Disney. The food room service on Disney, between chicken tenders and Mickey bars, I was like, and it's fine.
For me, I'm very sick. I get very sick very easily, especially when it comes to food. I'm deathly ill when it comes to seafood, and even cheese kind of racks me a little bit. But so I'm very hesitant about what I put in my body on a ship, because I know I don't want to ever get kicked off a ship because I'm sick. That's the thing I never want to deal with. But they've all been really great. Someone just recently asked that. They've all been really great. I have not gotten seafood illness on a cruise ship yet, thank God. But yeah, I don't know. That's probably another reason why I don't eat a lot, is because I'm always hesitant. Because I actually have to ask. We got burned once. There was one of those things where like, no. I'm like going, I love soup, right? Or pho. I'm like, oh, pho, I love you. Oh, I love you, pho. I'm like, this guy's like, no.
It was in slow motion.
And I'm like, what? I'm like, did you ever see that How I Met Your Mother, where he ate like 6 bowls of soup? I'm on my 6th bowl or whatever. That's the kind of deal. I was like, and they threw it out of they grabbed it, they took it, and they made me this whole new meal that was completely unscathed. And that was on the Epic. So. But it was one of those things where I would have gotten very sick if they hadn't just saved my life. So that was cool.
Yes. What else do we have here? Thank you so much for everyone that's new to our channel.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. And this is our first Cruise Casual live stream.
Oh no, someone got food poisoning in December. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I hate that. Someone just asked us about the buffet. I don't know if it's related, but that's the one reason we avoid the buffets at all costs.
But mainly it's because
of people's hands. Like I keep saying, the biggest problem of cruise lines are people. Like I love the, hey, would you wash your hands? No, I'm good. Like,
yeah, they don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow you. Follow this dude. Can we put a target on his back? Wash your hands, man.
Yeah, it's more guests not washing their hands and touching things, so that's why we stay away from the buffet.
Oh, and that reminds me about the Disney Magic. That's the oldest ship we've ever been on.
Yeah.
I've never seen wooden doors with handles on a cruise ship. I've never had to do this
never
number.
Had to turn and
then I'm like, my hand is burning. I feel like I'm in the subway in New York. I always joke like my hand is burning. It's like, so I'm just walking around like this.
Gotta wash it. Yeah, so we don't do the buffets, but I will say on Disney, which is really nice, they actually force everyone to wash their hands before they go into the buffet. That was the first time we've seen it. They actually had a stanchion, like a rope up that made you force. It was crazy. So that was kind of cool. Very, very neat to see. So germs on cruise ships are something that we're very, very, very aware of, and we don't touch handrails, we don't touch elevator buttons. Everything is either well, actually, I touch elevator buttons.
You do.
I touch everything.
She's a toucher. She's
I touch everything.
It's funny. You don't hear it because a lot of the footage is in slow motion. But when she's going like this, I'm all touch.
Touch.
Patient zero, everybody.
Touch. Yeah, I do touch everything. He doesn't touch anything. I don't touch the handrails.
You know how I touch an elevator button? With my knuckles.
He has me do it.
Or no. But you want
he does do it with knuckles,
you want to talk about who has somebody do something? You want to meet Stephanie's purse? You want to see what the kind of purse she is? It's not a Tui or anything like that. It's a Shawnee. It's not a Tui, it's a Shawnee. I carry everything. You want to talk about who does what? I got all these pockets everywhere, I got her cell phone, I got her lip gloss, I got some kind of satellite phone for people. I don't even know what she does, but I got it all.
Yes, and Truth and Requiem, yes, we are going to do this every Sunday. So it will be Sean and Steph Sundays at 4 o'clock.
This was voted on by our cruise buddies.
This was voted on, so we are here.
Go to Cruise Buddy, Sean and Steph Cruise Buddies on Facebook. You all made this decision. Thank you very much for making it happen. You asked us a lot to do this, and we just never had the time, and now we're making time for it. So, yeah. So thank you, and thank you for voting all this. You picked the date, the time, all that stuff. So thank you.
Yeah, we won't keep you much longer. We really just wanted to keep it within an hour.
We wanted to do an hour,
but it's been crazy fast.
So many great questions.
This is fantastic.
Any pointers for New York? Yeah, don't ever, under any circumstances, get solicited by an Uber or Lyft driver while they're standing on the street. That is not allowed. Only taxis can solicit, and it's a scam. It's a legitimate scam. Oh my gosh,
it's so bad.
So if you see our very last video of leaving New York City, some dude in an Uber was trying to convince us that $200 was what it was gonna take to get us from the seaport to the airport. We're like, no, man, it didn't cost us that much to get here. You're crazy. And I know for a fact that Uber drivers can't solicit. So he shows me this app. He goes, look, it's surge pricing. So I pull up the same Uber app. I'm like, I don't see this. He must have some kind of scam thing going on. I don't know how he did it, but it was insane. So this taxi driver, who was really angry that they weren't following the law, he grabbed us and he gave us a flat rate. I'm not saying every taxi driver on the planet will give you a flat rate, but they'll give you a more honest rate than these dudes who are just, barking at you on the street. They're not allowed to solicit you on the street. So that's my biggest tip. Do not get solicited by an Uber or Lyft driver on the street. They are not allowed to stand.
This
Standing
was
is
at
for
the
taxis
end
only.
of the cruise,
Yeah,
when
the end of the
everyone's
cruise.
pouring out and you're nervous because you don't think you're going to find a cab.
How do I get? Yeah.
Just they will rip you off. They tried to rip us off. We were one of the first ones off of the Horizon.
The guy kept standing in front of me, and Stephanie.
Yeah.
Stephanie does not. Stephanie's very protective of me. You ever see those cartoons where the little dog is always yapping around the big dog? That's exactly how she does it. She told the dude to literally get as far away from her as possible. It was
I
amazing.
became New York Street really fast.
She told the dude to straight up get lost because he was getting in our face and getting
Oh
argumentative.
yeah, I was
and it's
really
like-
aggressive. I was really aggressive back.
And
People think that
then
I'm not aggressive, but I have an aggressive bone in my body, and I will fight back if you get into our face. So, yeah, that's right. NYC Rocks yellow cabs are the neon green ones. They are actual legitimate cab drivers,
Mm-hmm.
and they are run by a union, so they can't rip you off. It's actually
But there's signs
very nice.
everywhere. Only taxis can stand, right?
Yes.
So that was the agreement that New York came to be with the taxi drivers and then everybody else, the shared service drivers. So you cannot, under any circumstances, get solicited by an Uber or Lyft driver.
Yes.
So don't do it. If they are soliciting you, they're violating city laws. So just don't do it.
All right, so we will answer this one last question, and then we will jump off here.
Yes, thank
and
you so
I'm
much for
going to send
everybody.
it through like this. Jeremy asks, "What's the craziest experience you've had on a ship? Strangest, worst, best, etc."
I mean, I know mine. I don't know about yours.
Let me hear yours, and then maybe I'll.
Okay, for
maybe
me,
that'll be mine.
we were on the Celebrity Equinox, which is a very chill ship. Very chill. Loved everything. And we had breakfast in bed or in the cabin every morning. And there was this particularly rowdy couple that, and it might have been more than a couple. It sounded, if not, they were doing multiple voices. Good on you for the role playing. But anyway, it was like one cabin up and two cabins over, and you could hear everything. And it got particularly rowdy on like night 3 or 4. It was kind of the thing where we're used to it. Stephanie carries white noise and all, but we heard this giant smash, this crazy loud smash that I've never heard anything like it in my life. Didn't think anything of it. Opened up the cabin door, couldn't see anything. Went back or opened up the balcony door, couldn't see anything. Went back to bed, whatever. The next morning, Stephanie gets up and walks out onto our balcony, and it's covered in glass, and we had no idea. We go out on the balcony all the time.
I was barefoot.
Rarely look down. Stephanie was barefoot. She got a big chunk of glass in her foot, and we knew it was this party. So the room steward comes by and hands us an envelope. We were automatically given something for this problem without even talking about it. But the funniest thing about it was the guy's like, yeah, there was this really weird gust of wind. And it didn't take out both glass panels of the balcony. It took out just one. Like, no, it's more likely that someone put a foot or a chair through it. But yeah. And I mean, the glass was everywhere. So that was probably the weirdest experience that we've ever had. It was kind of this thing where they were like, these aren't the droids you're looking for. There was no
look at
party.
wind.
This was wind.
Wind. Yeah.
And I'm like, dude. And he's like, wind.
all the wind.
I'm like, but it's just wind. I'm like, okay.
It's crazy.
All right, wind.
Yeah.
So that's, for me, that's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me on a cruise ship.
On a positive note, though, I did have, even though I had glass in my feet, which I did take out myself and mandated everything on my feet, we did get a nice discount from Celebrity.
What's what I'm saying? They handed us an envelope without us even knowing about it. Like the door knocks and goes, there was wind. Here's an envelope.
Yes, it was, yeah.
This is more than what you
So,
need. I'm like, okay,
yes.
what?
Yeah, so that's our, probably other one would be that the shaking in our Epic room.
Oof.
Now, I am a person, I feel like I'm maybe a cat. Like, I need like 20 hours to sleep a night. If I don't sleep, I am the worst person to be around. I know I am. I just can't do it. And when we were going on day 3 of no sleep and then day 4 of no sleep, because, I mean, it was like shaking like this. The shaking was so bad that when we came home, we physically felt like we were shaking for a week after the cruise. That's how bad it was shaking. That was probably the worst experience for me on a cruise ship.
We went back on that same ship a
We
couple months
did.
later.
We did. That was probably the worst thing that's ever happened, because not sleeping is the worst for me. So
Jeffrey
Never that.
Puller, Sean and Steph Cruise Buddies.
oh yeah, I just put it there.
on Facebook. Look for that. That's our group, Insider Group.
Yes.
A group in a group.
So that's where we will end it today. This has been really fun. This has been fun. Like, so much fun.
Okay, let's see your cats. They're all sleeping.
They're all
It's
asleep.
hilarious how they typically are all around us, but maybe next time for sure.
They sleep between the hours of about 11 to 6. So
True
we're
story.
right in
Well,
that aisle.
thank you
so.
everyone for jumping in. This was awesome. Sorry about the technical glitches in the beginning. I blame the leprechaun.
It was
over
me.
here.
It's fine.
But this is what we're gonna do every Sunday, unless we're on a ship, and maybe even if we're on a ship with good internet.
Sean and
But we're
Steph
gonna do Sean and
Sundays.
Steph, or Sundays with Sean and Steph. And yeah, thank you for pointing this out, and making us do this. And we love talking to all of you and answering your questions. And you know,
Yeah. Oh, we'll leave you with this. Since it's St. Patty's Day, since the very end.
Yeah.
We did something fun. If you guys have ever been on a St. Patty's Day cruise, it's a really, really fun thing. We went on the Liberty of the Seas in 2014. So these are some fun pictures from that. We weren't vlogging then. We don't have any video, but it was fun. If you ever want to do a St. Patrick's Day cruise, we definitely recommend it because it's really, really fun. I mean, look at this. Green beer, all
I drank with the bartenders
stuff.
behind the bar. That was a lot of fun.
So much fun. I mean, it really was such a fun time. So definitely recommend St. Patrick's Day.
Are you throwing up in there?
Awesome. No.
Looked like you were puking out.
Happy St. Patrick's Day,
Puking
everyone. Oh my gosh, this was so much fun. So thank you guys for everybody for jumping in. Yes, Pier DJ will be on tonight at 8 o'clock. So join them on their live stream. So fun. Oh my gosh.
We love Pier DJ. We got to hang out with them in Nassau, and they are fantastic human beings.
Bye, Lolita Loca. Bye,
Lolita
everyone.
Loca.
Thank you for joining. Let's travel. Raffle people, if you guys are here, we have the raffles going out
Goes out
tomorrow.
Monday.
So
Yep.
we're sending those all out to you. Congratulations to all you guys.
Again, I blame the leprechaun.
Well, it happens. So enjoy the rest of your St. Patty's Day. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
We will see you next Sunday.
What?
What?